Let's talk a bit about time horizon, because there's really this huge misconception when it comes to retirement planning that when you retire, your time horizon is zero. And that's simply not the case. Our money has to continue working for us. So if we look at this bar graph, if you are a 65-year-old married couple, there is a 90% chance that at least one of you is going to live to be 80. That means your money has to continue working for another 15 years. There's also about a coin flip's chance, 48%, that one of you is going to live to be 90. That means your money has to continue working for another 25 years. So when we're showing you 10 and 20-year returns, keep this in mind. You're not going to cash out all of your investments on the day you retire and stuff the cash under your mattress. The money has to continue working for you.
In the bar graph on the right, it shows that we need to be more disciplined and more efficient when it comes to saving. The average American lives 21 years in retirement, but only has enough money in savings and investments to last only 14 years. So what do we do for the last 7 years? We have to deal with it right now.
Exactly. We cannot procrastinate. We need to plan before these issues become problems. If we don't, if we wait until they're problems, that's what we call irreversible financial mistakes. It's very difficult for us to fix those after they've already occurred.
Unfortunately, when it comes to the market, many investors have a short-term memory or what have you done for me lately mentality.
That's a recipe for disaster. I mean, you can see, if you look at this bar graph, you can see the wide range of returns on a one-year basis. They're huge. But when you look out 20 years, the range is much tighter and much more positive looking. Some of you might be thinking, there's absolutely no way I can look at a 20-year timeline. I retire next year. That's true, we get it. But your money needs to continue working for you until the day you actually finally check out of this world. And the likelihood of you or your spouse making it another 20 years is very high. So Tony, how many times have we come across situations where a prospective client comes into our office to meet with us? They're, let's say, 64 years old, planning on retiring at 65, and they essentially tell us that they're not ready to go through the process. They'll get back to us in 9 to 12 months when retirement is right there, when they're at the 1 yard line, it's crunch time. They're waiting until the last possible minute to do it.
Right, or the other extreme where they come in and they're like, I have 10 years until I retire. I'll see you in 9.
Right. Typically, procrastinating does not lead to success.
Right, think about this. Think of a cruise liner, all right? Would you rather steer that ship and go around a turn or something like that? Think of steering it over, 5 miles or 1 mile.
Yeah, I prefer 5 miles, right?
Exactly.
The more time you have to correct, recalibrate, re-navigate, the better your results are going to be. Napoleon Hill, in Think and Grow Rich, he interviewed, 15,000 people who had experienced failure?
Exactly.
And he found that the one thing they all had in common was procrastination, right? The people that actually didn't procrastinate but made a decision, even if it was the wrong decision, experienced less failure than the people who just couldn't make a decision.
Right.
So it's important not to procrastinate. It's important to begin your planning sooner than later, because that gives us the ability to reroute and re-navigate if we have to. And it also gives us the ability to identify potential issues before they become problems.
Exactly. Last thing you want to do is find an error and you have no time to correct it. Procrastination is going to set you up for failure. And you mentioned that.
Yeah, you're basically stepping up to the plate with 2 strikes on you.
Yep.
Right? And it doesn't make sense to do that. You want a 0 ball, 0 strike count when you step up to the plate to give you a fair shake at being successful. How well are you managing your wealth? Are you taking advantage of all opportunities that are available to you? Just as it makes sense to have regular physical checkups to make sure you're maintaining optimal health, it also makes sense to do a regular checkup on your financial situation. Our Wealthalize tool provides you with that diagnostic. Simply complete our online questionnaire in under 15 minutes. Our proprietary software will analyze your investment strategy, tax situation, asset protection, estate planning, charitable giving, and your professional relationships. You'll immediately receive a score ranging from 0 to 100, which assesses your situation. Additionally, you'll receive a SWOT analysis, which identifies your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats that could impact your wealth management. Visit today, www.wealthalize.com.